Hey everyone, I know it's been a long time since I've updated everyone on how ministry has been going at FSU. So I wanted to make this video just to let you guys know that despite COVID, ministry at FSU has continued. And not only has it continued, but it's actually been a fruitful semester. And our students and me personally, I've benefited a lot, grown a lot as a leader. This semester, the fall semester, a lot of the students, pretty much all of them, came back to Tallahassee. So this semester, we've been doing pretty much everything outdoors. Our weekly large group gathering, that's been outdoors. We meet at Centerpoint Church, which is like 5 minutes from FSU's campus. There's a big grassy field at Centerpoint. And we've been doing a lot of outdoor setup this semester. So we set up the sound system outside. We have a few speakers and stuff. We've been setting up these lights. Like we have to get these poles. We put these poles in the ground and we bought these outdoor string lights, and we've been setting up all the string lights. And the students usually bring their blankets or chairs, lawn chairs and stuff. And they just set them outside. We've been broadcasting our large group gatherings on Instagram Live for people who feel uncomfortable coming in person. So there's still an option for everybody who wants to participate. Our small groups, like our freshman Bible study, has happened at the front of this building that I'm actually sitting in right now. This is the building that we usually meet in before COVID. Before we were doing stuff outside, we would meet in this building, downstairs in this building. But so this is called RUF Hall. This is a building owned by the Episcopal ministry here. And there's 3 ministries that are in this building. There's the Episcopal ministry, there's RUF, us, and then there's this ministry called Chi Alpha, which is there's some Assemblies of God, a Pentecostal ministry. So they're all in this building. The Chi Alpha ministry, they serve coffee. And usually there's, students sitting inside this building, sitting at the different tables, studying and drinking coffee and stuff. But because of COVID, there's a limit. I think only like 10 people can be in the building. You have to wear a mask when you're inside. Nobody's here right now. Everybody's on break, so that's the reason I'm not wearing a mask in here. But usually there's not many people in here anymore. What they've been doing is serving coffee out of this window right here. So people come up, the open sign is usually on. Students they're walking on campus down the street, and they'll just come up. The coffee's free, by the way, so people just come up and grab some coffee. But what ministry for us has looked like for a lot of the small groups is we've been out here. So the Chi Alpha ministry, they set up these big tents. You can see these little cones in the ground, and that's where the tent like staples were. But we moved them because everybody's on break. But there is a lot of these tables that are set out in the front lawn out here, and a lot of these chairs that you can see over there. And yeah, so people are usually sitting outside at the tables under the tents, drinking coffee, stuff like that. There's rocking chairs over here. Yeah, and we've been doing our Bible studies out there. So that's what we've been doing for small groups. For one-on-ones, because that's a big part of what I do as well, just meeting with students individually one-on-one. I've been doing a lot of walks, just walking around campus, walking at Cascades Park, just different trails and paths and stuff. And that's able for us to just be outside, have a conversation, not have to go anywhere indoors. We started doing this Bible study called Quads. So it's like a 4-person, 4-week Bible study on a different psalm each week. this kind of just helps students stay in a small group, so it's not as big as the normal Bible studies, but it's helped them build relationships because they meet 3 other people, then they switch groups and meet another 3 people. So that's been good for just helping them to meet people that they don't know in RUF. We did a few weeks ago. We did an outdoor Halloween party in someone's in some of the students' backyard. We recently, I guess this was last Thursday, we had a outdoor Friendsgiving party at another student's backyard. Seems like a lot of students have super dope backyards. He had a fire pit and a lot of open space. So we set up tables and chairs back there. So that's been fun. We've done an outdoor tie-dye event where, we brought all these shirts and stuff, and people were tie-dyeing masks and socks and all kinds of stuff. So we did that. We've done an outdoor movie where people, set up their blankets and their lawn chairs and stuff, and we had a big inflatable projector screen, and we've done that. We've done a trivia night. We've done kind of like a scavenger hunt, like an Explore Tallahassee, where they had to go to different places around campus and different places in the general downtown area. So we've just been trying to come up with fun events weekly to try to get students to actually do stuff, because during COVID, it can be a very isolating time. People are often trapped indoors, maybe alone. They don't have it's hard to meet new people. This is what a lot of college students have been, especially freshmen, have been telling us, is that it's hard to meet new people because you can't just be as free as in years past where you just, go meet a random person. So RUF has provided students the opportunity to do some of these fun things with other people in a safe environment by having masks on and being social distance and being outside. Personally, I've benefited from learning how to work within the constraints of COVID. Just so that students have to wear masks, that you can't be indoors, and it's been super challenging, but also good for us as a team to think through what are the constraints, and then how can we develop creative solutions that the students' needs can still be met. And their needs are they want to be encouraged by the gospel and by the word of God, and they want to also be in community and develop friendship and do fun things with other people as college students. Relationship with God, relationship with others. Those are pretty much the 2 big needs of our students. So just trying to think about how can we continue to make that a reality for them. How can we facilitate relationship with God and relationship with others while not being able to gather in a normal way? Having our worship gatherings once a week outside at Centerpoint has also helped with a sense of normalcy and routine, because during COVID, it's been a challenge even for myself to continue with daily rhythms and routines and having a schedule, because a lot of times, a lot of our students are waking up, and a lot of people in general, waking up, going on Zoom, going to their class, but it's a lot of time spent indoors, a lot of time spent just on your computer, and they don't feel like they have a sense of a normal rhythm, or I'm doing this on this day at this time. It's just kind of like everything is just dragging on. So by us having a worship gathering, it's revitalizing them, giving them a sense of, on Tuesday, I know I'm doing this. On Thursday, I know I'm doing this thing. So I'm so glad that we've had the opportunity to do that. My campus minister, Kelly, another way that I've grown this semester is that my campus minister, Kelly, has really been emphasizing this idea of essentialism. So basically, it's just asking, what are the essential things, the most important things in your life? So, when you boil it down, God, family, your work, friendships, and a few relationships, these are the things that I definitely want to cultivate. I definitely want to focus on. And that's helped because just in terms of developing rhythms and structures, it's been good for our students to think about, what things are essential, and what things are consuming my energy and time, and that I can get rid of these things. So when you figure out your essentials, it's been good for me because I'm like, if God is an essential priority in my life, then I need to carve out time in my day to read my Bible and pray. And that's helped me develop a schedule, because I can say, okay, these are the essential things in my life, and here's the schedule. And that's been helpful to kind of teach students how to go through that same way of thinking, to help them develop rhythm and structure in their life, because that's a thing that a lot of them are missing right now. I've also had the opportunity to preach at our large group this semester. I preached on Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. This semester, we've been going through a series on friendship, how to be a neighbor. It was Kelly was playing the role kind of Mr. Rogers, won't you be my neighbor? And it was just a series all about friendship. And in these difficult times, politically, socially, racially, in terms of the pandemic, people having different beliefs about when you should wear masks, when you shouldn't wear masks, what is allowable. It's just been we just live in a very divisive age. And it's just asking the question, how do we neighbor? How are we to be a good neighbor? How are we to love our neighbor as ourselves? How are we to be a friend to others who may be radically different from us? And how do we love and serve them? So yeah, I preached on Philippians, which was just talking about the humility of Christ and the humility that we are called to as believers, putting our needs and interests below the needs and interests of others, and committing ourselves to be a servant like Christ. So that got me pumped. I was in this Thanksgiving season. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to do that. One of the most important responsibilities that I've had this year and last year has been leading the worship team, which is kind of surprising because, I played trombone from fourth or fifth grade until ninth grade. And then since then, I haven't played any instruments. I've dabbled on learning guitar, and I tried to learn some more guitar throughout this quarantine time, but I haven't sang in front of anybody. I haven't played any instruments in front of anybody. So it's been just like surprising almost that this opportunity to help lead the worship team and to participate in the worship team. This semester I've been doing a lot of singing, a lot of song selection, a lot of organizing, trying to figure out who's going to sing, who's going to play instruments this week. I've been playing a lot of djembe. I got my djembe over here. Kelly, my campus minister, is the best at cajon and djembe, but I've been playing a lot. I've been kind of replacing him this semester, playing a lot of djembe. But yeah, it's been fun to kind of pick up a new instrument, to lead others in worship. Last Wednesday, we had a worship night with 3 different ministries who are in this building. And I don't think we've done a collaborative worship night or event really since I've got here, at least. So that was super awesome. That this is the fact that the 3 different ministries, the worship leaders from all the different ministries came together. I was able to participate. Some of our students were able to participate, to sing, to lead songs, and just to come together. I love the unity of this building, the different ministries in this building. Although we do have our different demographics and all that kind of stuff, just us being able to communicate, to come together, to build relationships with one another, that's been super awesome. So yeah, so we've done so much this semester. And it's pretty much over, but this has been a super encouraging semester despite COVID. So I just want to say thank y'all for taking the time to listen to this, first of all, but also thank you for supporting prayerfully, and thank you for supporting financially. because without you guys, none of the stuff that I just mentioned would have been possible. Y'all are the reason that I'm able to tell y'all these stories. It's based off y'all's generosity and kindness and love and support, that y'all are willing to extend yourself prayerfully and financially to help this ministry function here at FSU. So truly, thank you for your support and help. Coming soon, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing next year. I'm leaning towards doing a third year of the internship, which would mean, before heading off to seminary, a third year, which would mean I would need you guys' support for one more year. I would definitely going to keep you guys updated soon on what my future plans are. But until then, I ask that you continue to give, continue to support, continue to pray, because God is using your generosity in order to bless the students of Florida State and to draw college students to himself. There's so many conversations with people who are not part of our ministry last year, new people that y'all be so encouraged to hear. Like, we're meeting people all the time, and your generosity is not being wasted. So I just want to give you an update on that. And also, if any of you know anyone who is an expert or who works in the field of, or who has thought critically, biblically, theologically, Christianly about mental health, about sexuality, sexual purity, anything related to sexuality, dating, has thought about conflict resolution and communication, relational conflict resolution, has thought about productivity, time management, has thought about topics like technology, social media use, media consumption, has thought about how to help students figure out vocation and career and their path in life, or has thought about Christian outreach, Christian witness during COVID, has thought about friendship. If you know anybody with any of those topics that I've just mentioned, just rewind it back and listen to some of those topics. If you know anybody who has thought a lot theologically and who is an expert in this area, or who has anything to offer, who can, talk to students about this, I would love for you to send me their contact information, and I would love to set up a Zoom call or some kind of online call where they can give a lecture or talk to the students about this topic, help them, impart some wisdom to them, help them to think critically about mental health, to think about anxiety and depression, to think about sexuality, and all these different topics that are super current and relevant to college students in this age, things that they're struggling with personally. And if they're not struggling with it personally, they know somebody is struggling with these issues or have questions about these things. So anybody that you know who can field questions on these different subjects and who can give a lecture, give some information about how to think through these things, I would love that. Just email me at ryan.taylor@ruf.org. So yeah, if you know anybody, reach out to me, and I would love that. That would be awesome. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your support. Love all you guys who have made what I do here possible, and see you in the next update. Peace.